Let's talk about your fat ass. Why don't people like you?
Whoa. You wrestled for the NAACP, which stood for what?
I don't think you got that right.
Well, it's what it said.
No,
what does that stand for?
It was the NCAA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind, I'm not interested. You've always been inspired by Dwayne Johnson.
Yes.
Who apparently also used to wrestle. What's your Black Adam? What's the thing you did that everyone hates and you just pretend they don't? When I eat an apple, I'm essentially eating tree sperm. And what's worse is that I always see you backstage eating apples.
Yeah.
Go do it in a bathroom stall. You know what I mean?
You want a scoop? When we started the JAS,
Yes.
Jim Ross comes up to us and he goes, "Cut the YouTube shit."
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine what he'll say to me. Slobber knocker. What does that even mean? Because as far as I'm concerned, if there's some slobber on some knockers, I think we've had a good night. You look like a guy who enjoyed the back half of Steve Martin's film career. You have such an earnest joy when you wrestle. How long do you think that's gonna last? You're a dog mom.
I am.
Could not care less. You've often been described as woke or based.
Okay.
And I just think that's really disrespectful to cowboy tradition. Why aren't you a power-hungry racist like a John Lennon? Talk about your theme song since we heard it.
Oh,
I lost
what a
my virginity
transition.
to that song in 1974. What do you guys do while that's playing? Yeah, you must use it in your daily lives.
I lose my virginity to it.
Okay.
When you broke the ring, did you have to pay for it? You don't want to know what happened at my prom?
Did you get wedgied?
I ate some brownies. I woke up on a Tuesday to find that people had taken pictures of me with a pleasure device in my mouth that I could no longer find. We come from different times. Other residents of Red Hook include novelist Norman Mailer and character actor Eli Wallach. That must have been some neighborhood, you guys hanging out on the stoop, huh?
You said the movie The Green Mile changed your life. What is it about the story of a wrongly accused black man sentenced to death in 1930s Louisiana who possesses supernatural healing powers that you relate with?
Are we shoot or are we kayfabe?
I don't know what those words mean.
Oh my God.
I just do this show and I go on my way. You were trained by your father and Carl Gotch. Was this Gotch guy any good?
He's all right.
Yeah, I don't see any gifs of him online. How good can he possibly be? This wrestling dream is something. But when you're startled awake by the stark reality of your own mediocrity, what's the plan B?
You have the ass of the Grand Canyon, as cavernous
Stick it out a
as
little
one
bit.
of our nation's great wonders.
You're giving Hank Hill right now.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
You're gonna be using that one a lot. You ever have any work done?
What do you mean, have I had any frickin' work done, RJ?
Kitchen, bathroom, any renovations around the house?
No, just my tits.
Who from the AEW team, in your opinion, should never be at the commentary table? I'm trying my best, okay? I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I don't know whether to tell you to take more drugs or less. Let me show you in America how to do an entrance, okay?
Please,
like this.
please.
You ready? This is what a woman does in America. You ready?
Okay.
Let's go.
On the subject of liquids, I'm gonna read a quote of yours and I'd like to get your response.
Sure.
I haven't pissed myself since I was a little kid. No adult piss myself situations, not drunk or nothing. I haven't pissed myself since I was a kid.
It's true. I have not pissed myself since I was a small child.
Not even a
Not
drop.
even a little bit.
Come on.
No.
Even when you do your little buckshot? Nothing?
No.
Little
No
nothing
pissing going on.
Get in there.
What's it smell like?
A successful human being.
Should we keep going?
No.
Okay.
Your brother is a professor of mathematics and philosophy. Is that what your father was hoping for you? You're from New Zealand. Are the bushwhackers racist?
I like your crumpsy. Let me touch your crumpsy. You have a. Do you know what it is?
Yep.
Are you not asking me, the British person, what the crumpsy is?
I've had to have mine bleached.
Oh, are you? No way. I heard that's really, really, really painful.
It tingles, but it's worth it in the long run.
Do you recommend it?
I mean, if you like a tingle.
Am I getting my crumpsy bleached?
What are we doing here? Let's just go get our crumpsies bleached
Let's
together.
do it together.
You know what I'm
Oh my
saying?
God, crumpsy day.
If there's any way you could get me a graphic too, that would be outstanding.
Of what?
I ran through the. It's a long story. According to my ethnicity research team, you are Afro-Latina.
Yes.
Do you get both months? I'm gonna skim through the next 15 years of your career because it involves so much Ms. You're a wrestler?
Yes.
You act?
Yes.
You do rap? Are
Yes.
you a great parent or just non-existent at all?
This. Yeah, that's a good one.
Something to think about. You love Disney.
I do, yeah.
What do you love about it most? The cryogenic freezing or the anti-Semitism? Why did it take so long to heal? Because you were just too busy whacking off?
Yeah.
People flirting with Mariah May is so funny, and I would join in too, but all I have to offer is autism. Do you think the circumcision helped you do such a clean shooting star press? Because sometimes I'll see a sloppy dive and I'll go, that guy's got a foreskin.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Welcome to heaven.
I just repented in my pants. You often sometimes refer to yourself as Stroke Daddy. That sounds like me explaining to my father why he smells burnt toast. The name Ricochet is not of Irish origin, but it's defined as a shot that rebounds off of more than one surface.
Yeah.
What is your favorite surface to bounce off of? I got it. I understand, and shout out to her. Then you had the Van Terminator, a move so innovative that nobody even thought of it before you. I'd never seen anything like it in my life. And then Shane McMahon was like, oh yeah, I can do that too. Do you think Jesus would be a good wrestler?
You could definitely get sympathy.
I don't think he would have gotten out of developmental. He always got the mixed reaction, you know? Never quite sure how to book him. Because I've been on your podcast a couple times.
Yeah.
It used to be called Oral Sessions.
Yeah.
You don't do oral anymore.
No more oral.
It's just the
What
sessions.
happens when you get married? You shut it down.
Ah, very clever. You should take that on the road. You know, I took a look at your Instagram this morning, and I don't know how to put this delicately. You seem sexually active, often in a non-monogamous capacity. Top 3 tips for an orgy? You also played the voice of embarrassment in the film Inside Out. Are you embarrassed to sound like embarrassment?
Yeah, so they do glow sticks if you're trying to identify as single, in a relationship, or...
Libertarian. In homosexual culture,
Yes.
the slang term bear refers to a man who is typically larger, hairier, and projects a ruggedly masculine image. Is it weird being a bear without being gay unless you are gay, and in which case I should have asked if you were gay, and if you are gay, I'm fine with it. I just want to know, are you gay?
Not gay.
Okay.
Your resume reads professional wrestler, commentator, and magician. You couldn't save any vagina for the rest of us?
And I say that to you as a Toronto boy who's also an older woman from Long Island. The Sphincter Svellas, the Bum Brothers, the Rear End Rascals, the Brown Eyed Guys, the Booty Duties, the Puckered Star Fishermen, the Backdoor Pilots, and the Ass Holy Rollers. The color sky blue is also known as Celeste, and that would have been your name had your parents taken you seriously. You were trained in wrestling by Lance Storm.
Yes.
So how'd you get your personality? Uno, over the past decade, you've raised over $500,000 for cancer, which is incredible. But don't you think it would be better if it was against cancer? Satnam, I've seen you in the ring. You are destroying people. You are terrifying the fans, but you have a big heart. And by that, I mean that your heart is larger than a normal person's heart. Yeah. Right? When does anyone get ahead in wrestling by working hard? Here, of all places.
I mean, you do a lot.
I do, and it's not working.
Yeah, we had dreads.
Yeah, don't say that. Yeah. Don't say that, please. And you used to stick your hair up, you used to spike it up. Tell everybody about the long-term damage that does to your hair.
You have to go to Turkey 25 years later to get a hair replacement surgery.
There you go. That's the risks you guys took. That was the Attitude Era. You hurt people. I got it.
But I've always heard that hurt people hurt people. So who has hurt you? You two are brothers, and I mean that biologically. You spent the first 7.5 years of your life at a Russian orphanage. That sounds like a generally unpleasant childhood.
Have you ever beaten the out of somebody while a doo-wop song played in the background?
No.
Okay. You went to Pleasant Valley High School.
I did.
So why are you not?
Dutch, your grandfather was a famed horse trainer. Why don't you think that carried over genetically?
Well, I'm not a horse, for one.
Sometimes I'm not feeling super, and then it's just a kick.
What is it like being with a backstage interview? Did she roll over in bed and go, what are your thoughts?
You've had so many broadcast partners. You're a real Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Okay.
Trish, you were ranked #1 on the Black Wrestling 500. Let's balance that out. Who's the worst black wrestler you've ever seen? What drugs didn't you do?
Well, the ones that weren't invented. Man.
No?
Brendan Fraser figured it out. What's your excuse?
You know, I used to run a MySpace. Did you? Yes, called Harley Race's Taint.
Can I ask you what you actually do?
We're doing it.
And I was eating these grapes and I was just stroking this goat, right? And I had this grape in my hand.
Petting it. You were petting it.
Like, stroking the goat. What's stroking?
Later, I'll stroke you and you'll understand the difference.
Why don't you guys age? You ever a vegetable?
Short answer, no.
Okay.
Long answer.
We don't have the time.
We don't have the time.
Did you not realize that everything you're doing is already gay because you're in wrestling? You're in the closet, but it's like the gayest closet imaginable. You have a podcast called My World. Is Jeff Jarrett's world flat or round?
Ask Karen.
Very good, very cheeky. I'm sure saying, hey, that's fun, and she won't tweet about it. I don't feel like mentioning the other people in the match,
So I'm just gonna say that you lost one-on-one to Shaq.
I'm here live with RJ City. RJ, it's really lovely to meet you. Tell me how you got in the business.
Through a series of mistakes.
And then Bullet Club Gold, of course, which is fantastic, but is it also one of those Jeff Jarrett scams?
I don't know what that is either.
She probably leave you, right?
This is very Amelia Earhart. You know what I mean? I feel like, let's hop in the plane, fellas. Take me off. Ha! You played the Brooklyn Brawler on Young Rock. You were like the only guy they cast who kind of looked like the guy.
I know.
They asked me to audition for Ahmed Johnson.
Okay, that sounds racist.
Did they force you to pretend to like Black Adam, too?
That sounds even more racist.
Oh, my God! They used to call you the charismatic enigma.
See Enigma.
Which is a really nice way of saying, what the f***'s up with that guy? Is it a burden being locker room leaders?
Yes.
Yeah.
Should you choose to renew your vows, and I'm sure you will at some point, you'll probably need a video one week. I have some alternates. You were on the honor roll. You had a 4.0 GPA, and you were valedictorian. In what school?
Atherton High School.
Which is where?
In Louisville, Kentucky. What do you mean? Ugh.
I want to know your interpretation of what O-face means to you.
Oh, well, I relate to it because mine happens very quickly and leaves my neck hurting too. But I don't know.
Were you a meat cutter too?
I've cured some salami in my day.
Yeah, I bet you have.
Taz
The
shade.
Taz orange is like sports team orange, you know,
Sports
Florida
team orange?
Gators. Well,
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to dummy it down for the audience, not for you, bro. Like,
You also dumped Ronda Rousey on her head.
Yeah.
Nice. Good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I've got a sharp breast and I'm not distressed. What's a sharp breast?
A sharp breast is like sharp and like a hey, nice suit.
Like this?
Like a no, they're not gonna cut you. Gee.
Tell people the difference between Hamilton and Toronto.
About 45 minutes.
Okay. I remember you saying that when you first started wrestling, you didn't really know that much about it. Do you ever think you will?
You know who else is from Aberdeen?
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, and he stole DDP's theme song.
You do wrestling.
I do wrestling.
You do comedy. Which has more insecure people?
Well, what do you say you do?
A bit of both.
Yeah.
It says, for more information on Let's Get Fit, call Malenko after 5 p.m. What were you doing during the daytime?
Sleeping.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
What do you think?
So technically, you're saying I would be hard.
You would be. I can get you there if you need a hand.
I knew it.
I'm not gonna ask you to pick a favorite son. If you had to.
I'd be glad to.
Yeah, once you're corny to me you're on the cob forever.
Okay, because
You're on the cob forever once you're corny.
November 4th, 2014, you
Lot of corny
tweeted,
people.
at WWE Network is hashtag free, free, free all November long, including at WWE hashtag Survivor Series exclamation mark, sign up today, and then you put the link, your response.
I was trying to get that free membership for the month.
I'll tell you how gay wrestling is. It's so gay that being gay in wrestling is actually less gay than not being gay.
What?
Yeah. Wrap your head around that.
What's wrong with it? It's clean. Take a smell. Take a good whiff.
You know what that smells like? The failure of the Kentucky school system. And you were also known there as the man of 1,000 holds.
Also been man of 1,000 positions. Because Ric Flair one time was in the ring in the Scope, which is in Virginia, and he put his arm around me, this is national TV, and said, and this is my man right here, the man of 1,000 positions. So right away I had to call my wife and tell her, he's just kidding. And she's only seen one. So, whatever.
Was your childhood as rough as your personality implies it was? Somebody like me has anxiety, okay? I don't do anything all day. I live in relative comfort, and I'm scared to death all the time. Did they mock? Did they say like, "Hey, breasty, you know, why don't you go join a jug band?" That kind of thing. Who's your favorite recording artist? Titty Cent?
Nani?
The Breast Wishes, Booba Gooding Jr. Where do you get your mammogram? A hydraulic press? That kind of thing? It makes you self-conscious?
Yes.
You also speak Chinese.
对，我讲讲吗？
I hope to God that's real, because I cannot stress how classically racist that sounds.
为什么你对我不好？
My apology. Your finishing move
Yeah.
is called the high fly flow.
Yes.
Which is also what my aunt said when she got a period on her plane. How does Shibata like his tuna?
Cooked.
And you know, you ever seen the movie Conan?
Yes, I
And
have.
Conan is the template for Mark Henry's success.
Oh, I was thinking of Under the Tuscan Sun. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Hey, let's start AEW. Hey, how are you?
It's a little insulting. Do you have any tattoos?
You know Adam Rich?
Sure. We used to play squash together.
Okay.
Do you like Tony Shalhoub?
Yeah.
Me too. I think we have an understanding here.
These are made to be used. Look, listen, look at this.
Don't sign. Please don't sign. If we could not, if you could, okay. Any thoughts on the John Benet Ramsey case?
Parents definitely did it.
Fair
100%.
enough. You had an extensive career in Japan, but I got the gist. In a 2010 match with Jimmy Jacobs, you nearly lost one nipple. Eyewitnesses said it was, quote, just hanging there. Is this the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
No, it wasn't bad at all.
Because just reading it was the worst thing that's happened to me. You had a cobra actually bite Randy Savage.
Yes, I did.
It gave him 104-degree fever, sent him to the hospital.
Did the best I could.
You couldn't find a cobra that knew how to work? Because don't judge the people in the arena. They're just happy to have a good time. They'll pop for fireworks. You know, I always heard you were good, but then when you went to Japan, you became great. Is it possible that you've always been average and people just like Japan? What do you think this interview is going to do for your career?
It's probably going to end it. Okay. Probably going to end it, more than likely, because most people don't know who the hell you are.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
He's pretty warm.
I am a little warm.
He's
burning
warm.
up.
He's sweaty.
Let me check his nipples.
There you go. Are they hard?
How are they? They're slightly hard.
The pancrase style is based on the ancient Greek Olympic pancration fighting style, though they did that completely in the nude. How would your fighting style change if our genitals were out?
Sul Abdul Aziz Al Shalal. Not even close. And I will be expecting an apology to all of the Arab community.
You sound like you work for the evil newspaper in Spice World.
Thanks.
Oh, taxi! Oh, taxi!
I would have definitely kept going if that was you.
Oh. Yeah? You're like if Larry the Cable Guy drank pre-workout instead of beer.
Yeah, or antifreeze.
Mark, what percentage do you think were genuinely good matches?
90%.
Nope, not according to Cage Match. You got married in Las Vegas, then you immediately ran into D'Lo Brown. Is he your Cupid?
He was wearing red that day. Yeah.
I just hope that on your wedding night you use chest protection. Define these other Australian terms for me. Kvetch.
Not a clue.
Mushugana.
Not a clue.
Mamosh.
Not a clue.
Okay, we'll move on from that. A broski is what happens when Mark Sterling gives simultaneous handjobs to Matt and Brian. You posted a video on your Instagram of you playing with your dog and smoking a joint while your wife did your hair. How can I have your life? Well, this has been an opening, and I am spread eagle for you, my friend.
Goodness gracious.
And you know, how did you spend so much time in Kentucky without becoming, without having problematic flags on your porch?
And I'm very much a Jesus guy, but I found that I don't really want to put a tag on it so much as I want to be nice to all people.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's kind of
So
a
you
thing.
avoid having actual beliefs.
What does RJ stand for?
Raul Julia. You started training to wrestle at the age of 12. What part of that was not child abuse? You're an online gamer.
Yes.
You stream.
I do.
And all of this is on the internet.
It sure is.
That sounds unique, brave, and interesting. Tony Khan offered to pay your college tuitions if you maintained a 3.0 average and you both declined. What the is wrong with you? You also appeared as an FBI agent in the 2018 Dwayne Johnson film Rampage, and you are, to my knowledge, the only person to appear on Rampage the movie and Rampage the TV show. How do the plots differ?
You do know you look like a librarian in a karate film, right?
Okay. But I'm happy to tell you that my father is watching this right now, and he's more proud of you than he is of me.
He should. Daddy, you should be proud.
Multiple times now, you have appeared for AEW as a guest timekeeper. What does that entail? You do jujitsu with your son. How do you keep him from becoming a horrible person? Because jujitsu can go either way. There's a 50% chance he'd be a measured, disciplined individual. 50% he starts a controversial podcast and looks like Lou Thez by the time he's 11. You know what I'm saying?
Tell him.
It means F the wife. In terms of coitus with the wife.
Your father was of Arabic descent.
Correct.
Are you happy that your heritage flew under the wrestling radar? That you didn't have to wrestle as like Sheikh Farah Basma Deeb? I bet you're a hit on those online fetish sites, huh?
No.
And during that time, you did all your heaving yoga and your wellness, and I'm sure there's probably crystals and your father handled Bowens in that wheelchair. It was the only time I've seen him interested in pushing anyone other than himself.
I always say it was jobber, enhancement, extra, light heavyweight.
Right.
All the same.
Fair enough.
All the same.
Fair enough. FTR, you good as you think at wrestling? Probably not.
Nice, dude. See, now we're turning this interview around.
How about this one? Yeah. Everybody knows this one. How about that? Yeah. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Yeah.
Tom Waits? Dutch, are you? You've never had sex with a ghost? I was heard.
Is that even a thing?
I was told that they don't need contraception. They go in, but they go through.
But they're-
Aubrey Edwards.
Yes.
You're bisexual. Is that for real, or are you just beefing up the bio? It's in the Mexican state of Baja, which is where the blast comes from. You ever been blasted in Baja? Sean, you were born in Chicago at Hyde Park's Osteopathic Hospital. Why don't you believe in traditional medicine? Jerry Lawler eventually puts you two guys together.
Yes.
Because he said he needs some white meat, attractive baby faces. How ugly were the other wrestlers that you guys were considered hot? Basketball or wrestling, which is easier for tall people to phone in?
Probably wrestling.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
Sounds good.
For
That's
sure.
why
I mean, come on. We could sit here and name guys all day.
That's why you're such a mentor to Satnam Singh. Hey! Matt, you have one move called Just the Tip.
Yes.
And another called The Climax.
Yes.
Why not just grab a bottle of Jergens and deal with it before the show?
Sometimes if it's that good, you just gotta go with the flow and
That's the sound you make?
Not really me, but I heard some people sound like they dying.
I mean this in the best way possible. Yeah. You guys dress as if you've won the lottery and you're shopping at Six Flags. Would that be fair to say? I got it. It's just, you're so beefy, it's really more of like a meat spin.
That was a sexual joke.
You have said that selling is a lost art in this business.
Yes, it is.
Sell this pen. Ow, God. Excellent. Do you have any plugs?
I actually am singing now, and I'm gonna get an album pretty soon.
We're out of time. You are also known as wrestling's best kept secret. Of all the secrets in this business, you're the one good one? Is that the life you want to lead, to be weed-smoking wrestlers, huh? Like RVD? That's how you want to end up? Looking good, moving well, and having orgies all the time? I think that's disgusting.
It doesn't sound like a bad... Yeah.
We're in the money, we're in the money. Confirm or deny this. You once turned down the world title because you wanted to continue teaming with Robert.
Yes.
You really with this guy. MVP, you're a Steely Dan man.
I am.
Is there a way for me to be surprised by that without seeming racist?
No.
And I won't be.
Yeah.
And every Hollywood career has peaks and valleys.
Yes.
But yours looks like an ocean depth chart.
I feel like you drink Mountain Dew.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. I went through a Fanta phase, if you want to get technical, but I don't do the do. There's one thing I don't do, it's do.
I get Dew vibes from you.
I would imagine, and don't take this as an insult, for the Amish, you would have been a good substitute for a horse. The horse got sick, they would hitch their buggy to you, and you would pull them along. You know?
could.
Is that why you grew the beard? You were trained at London's School of Lucha Libre.
Yes.
Why support appropriation? You've got a fat penis and a good attitude. Be safe to say. You went to the Burning Man Festival.
Yeah.
You dressed in Randy Savage's actual gear,
Yeah.
and you handed out Slim Jims. Why?
Because I think it would be something that Randy would have enjoyed.
I'm sorry, George, can you hear him over the sound of Randy rolling in his grave?
I feel like, can you not listen to this for a second? I feel like if you're gonna have a host, it should be Renee. I don't know, it's up to you, but I feel like she'd do a really good job.
You know what happened? You got dog cucked. I once ran into Greg Valentine at a hardware store. Excalibur calls it a hip attack, but
Deadly hip attack.
it's an ass attack.
Full-on ass attack.
Right? It's harder to get the DMD. It's rarer to go to a school that, oh Lord, we're fine. You know what, let's keep talking. Are we still rolling? That's good. We're fine. I'd also like to take this moment to mention your incredibly tolerant wives. What do they get out of the deal?
I don't know how you can call my wife tolerant. I mean that doesn't fly at all.
Speaking of inexplicable circumstances, you're currently feuding with the Costco guys. You're from New Jersey, no kidding. And the most New Jersey thing ever is that you guys live in Boca Raton.
I hate everything you've done in your career, even when you wrestled. I was not a fan of you.
That I can agree with. And then you said,
That's how
no
it
more
went.
cigarettes.
And
I
then I
have
got
another
busy.
way I want to destroy my body. Ellen Wilson, I think she would have liked you.
She hot?
She had a certain joie de vivre.
Well, what?
Next question. Say one bad thing about the other place. Daddy Magic.
I feel like not really an ass.
No, no. It looks like you left it in the car. Your co-biography was inexplicably a New York Times bestseller. You wrote it along with Michael Krugman, who actually wrote it.
Well, my dad was Russian.
Yes.
And my mom was taking it easy.
You graduated from Buffalo State College with a degree in communications.
Yeah.
That sounds like to me, I'm getting the easiest degree possible so everyone will stop worrying about me having a plan B.
Yes.
Next question. You always wear those shoes, those hip streak shoes. What are they, lugs? Can you tell me what those shoes are? A pair of lugs?
This report brought to you by Flaming Hot Doritos. You gotta get.
You don't want to give them any free plugs,
sure,
please.
Flaming Hot, unspecific corn chip.
So much better. Then in high school, you meet other wrestling-watching deviants and join a backyard promotion called Extreme Teen Wrestling. That just sounds bad.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't name it.
No, I know. It just sounds like this video is going to be demonetized. I really hope that whole injury was it for you, but you really bounced back.
So you should not be consuming those pants.
No, I'm not consuming them like you would an apple.
I suspect that your ass is consuming the pants.
How I like to feel, I don't think is any of your business. You know, I like to know everything is there. Many times you've said, who wants a taste?
Yeah, who does want to taste?
And
It's a good question.
I do.
And I feel like I've had both of you in my mouth at the same time.
What is the link between multiple orgasms and Cheers?
Kirstie Alley, BB Newirth, Shelley Long, Rhea Perlman. Your family has been in the wrestling business for over 77 years. They don't have any other interests?
Then I was on this whole Taz pattern. Took me years, but we figured it out.
Yeah, I thought maybe you could add something to the front, like
One
Rasma.
more thing I want to say. No, that's not even funny.
The name Excalibur,
Yes.
of course, is in reference to the sword Excalibur. So was that the gimmick, that you were a sword the way Tugboat was supposed to be a boat? Slap nuts!
Oh.
Means what? They're nuts that have been slapped, you're slapping them, or you've identified, hey, somebody slapped your nuts, like you're watching in the bushes? You had a horse named Hunter Horse Helmsley.
Yes.
Who has since passed away. Yes. And it's ironic that he was buried.
R.I.P.
Was Hunter any good, or did he just play politics? I am a thick queen.
Don't touch me.
How you doing, boss man? Let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese. Put a little bit of poop on there. That's the Eddie Kingston diet right there.
He asked for
He asked for bacon, egg, and cheese, and
I didn't mean to. Okay.
Pervert alert. Pervert alert. You ever had Big League Chew?
What?
I'll show you later. You'll love it. You'll love it.
Explain it.
Oh, it's chewing tobacco, but for kids, so it's bubble gum.
Oh.
Yeah, it's great. It's really
can I
great.
have
It's
some?
good to start them young.
Your finishing move is called the DDT.
Yes.
Which is also an insecticide, and it stands for dichlorophenylchlorothene.
Easy for you to say.
Why are Tony Schiavone's so big?
What?
Do you think that the nickname Limitless is irresponsible? I feel like you're encouraging people to speed.
Show us how cool you really are.
Do it.
Break it! Everybody protect their eyes.
Do it.
Your grandma would be proud.
Break it. Do it. Break it. Yeah, no authority.
Let's get Cincinnati. It evokes some reaction there. I think that's good. Miami's not so bad.
Miami's not so bad.
Yeah, consistent weather, people in rollerblades and thongs, and good estate sales because everybody goes there to die.
We're not fighting birds. That's absurd.
I got the message. Put $20 on Cock Lesnar for me. Also, Long Island is where people from Queens go when they want lawns. And then you gave Edge head?
bro, come on.
You were partially trained by Bryan Danielson. Then why are you so up to date on pop culture? You have an English degree.
I do.
Which is irrelevant because you're also a quarterback at Texas State University.
Which was also irrelevant.
And now here we are with the bleached top. How long before you will regret this? Your mother, in her phone, has you saved as The Glamour. Yeah. What a mark. You do have the Major Wrestling Figure podcast.
Yes.
How long before you use it to bury AEW? How can you become bigger?
Steroids.
She was Queen Amidala in 1999. Did you steal Aminata from Amidala? Or did Amidala steal Aminata from Amidala?
Aminata stole Aminata from Aminata.
That's what I thought. You are romantically involved with John Moxley?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry things didn't work out with Dean. Now, you're also a protege of Diamond Dallas Page, or as I call him, DDP.
Yeah.
And he bequeathed to you the Diamond Cutter,
He did.
which you lazily named the QT Cutter.
Okay, so-
Which is also what we called the Moyle. You do any other voices?
No, RJ, I don't do any other voices.
But according to my research, your father was a pro wrestler and an Elvis impersonator.
Daddy was.
Was your father the honky tonk man? You always had these airbrush tights, which really did seem like you were stoned going, maybe we put a dragon on the front and a yin yang on the back. Is that how it happened? You appeared on a 1999 episode of ABC's 2020. Did you murder someone? You've also worn giant fur coats. I saw them and I like them. How would you describe your style if you had to give it a word? May I? Haas chic?
Yeah, I like that.
Well, it's not that bad.
This is not a real set.
Really, Mister?
Like this might end up being in a bathroom 2 weeks from now. We don't know.
The air pollution is so bad. I'm surprised your name is not Smog Gray. You masturbate without lube.
Yeah,
That's pretty
that'll
good.
do it.
Grizzled. You used to be called Player Uno.
Correct.
What was that, like a ladies' man kind of thing?
Oh yeah, I had
Love him and leave him?
so many women hooked to my arm at all times.
Jay, 2003, Ring of Honor, you wrestled as Hydro. What was the gimmick? You were wet? I don't know how to tell you it surprises me that you speak German without sounding racist, so I think we should probably just skip it. You don't smoke.
No.
You don't drink.
No.
You just look like you do.
You guys have played a lot of football in your past. You know, not the CTE kind. The other kind.
Stop now. Just say, I'm Andre the Giant.
No, I am the son of Sin.
Perfect. Sounded just like him.
How do I put this delicately? Were you a crack baby?
Well, yeah.
What's nice about being a ref dad is that you don't get to see your kids as much as a wrestler, just without any accolades or fame. New Jersey is only nice when you compare it to a Russian orphanage.
If this failed, though, I did have a blacked up plan of being a firefighter or a ninja.
You started wearing face paint because a promoter told you that your face was too pretty and would be a distraction. That's what killed my in-ring career. This business is for ugly people. Confirm or deny, you have one tattoo. It's a portrait of Baron von Raschke?
No, it's Bug, my dog.
Oh, I was totally off there. Dutch, true or false, did you your pants in a match with Roman Reigns?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true. Yeah, that's,
So you acknowledge that?
Yes.
See, you never want to do what your mother does. That's why I'm thankful that my mother did LSG. You guys want to race?
Sorry, Arj. Another one bites the dust.
You guys are good. You guys are very good. Very, very nimble. Great stuff. 1 in every 5 military members has an STI. Why do you think that is?
No music and out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You be getting hit. Oh, out of nowhere.
Wow. Fantastic.
Maybe a little hip.
A good
That's about
pivot
it.
foot.
You know, the
Great.
pelvic motion.
I can't wait till they suddenly make you do that every time you make an entrance now. Thanks.
I love Russian food. I don't know if you ever had Russian food. Probably not. Doesn't look like it.
I'm sorry. What is that supposed to mean?
Hey, somebody throw a towel over his big toe.
Will someone tell him that we've cut?
Did you know this? You ever go to a dressing room, look at some of the boys' toes? Look here. They be shooting gang signs at you.
It's itchy.
No, absolutely not. We're not doing this. Leave. Leave. No, I'm not doing this. You have to leave. Get out. Will you leave? Please leave. Please leave now. Thank you. I need you to leave. Just go. You got a new neck.
I did.
Where's the new neck store? All these people are getting new necks. Is there a BCC group chat?
There is.
Okay.
That's
and
true.
What are they like? I assume Claudia would have the read receipts turned on.
So, John Moxley, Android guy. So it's all green. It's all green. There's no.
Do you think there's an alternate universe where there's someone named Britt Dentist who is a baker? You previously had a tryout with another wrestling company. I'm not gonna name it, but it starts with a W and they employ a lot of people named Paul.
I think it's so nice that, you know, someone who's in prison, he robbed or he murdered somebody, his son comes to watch a wrestling show with him and they said, son, let's watch 2 altar boys get the beaten out of them. I think that's excellent.
This isn't the neurodivergence Olympics.
Okay. And by the way, another side note. A lot of side notes here, Ranjit. A plethora of side notes.
Plethora.
I think it's safe to say Jay Leno would have loved you guys. You got big Leno vibes. I mean that as a compliment.
Wait, who's that?
I'll tell you later. I saw an interview with you 5 years ago where you had. Can we please?
Oh man, perfect timing.
Can we please?
Oh my God. That was great. We're gonna keep rolling, right?
Yes, we're gonna keep rolling.
Oh, I don't like Canada. Sorry.
Great, off to a hot start.
Yep.
The consequences.
Yeah, because months from now, Bow Wow could be TBS champion. It'll be all your fault. I'm gonna list some people. Mythologically, tell me what they would be the gods or goddesses of. Eddie Kingston.
Talk.
Okay, I had here shaving with dull razors.
Please. Elaborate for me.
Andretti is ready, comma, like Estelle Getty. Name a crime you think you could commit and get away with.
How about when you threw a spear?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, minor
Maybe,
assault.
maybe.
You then go to Ring of Honor. Some people call it ROH. Some people call it Raw. What size of
Bullet Club?
Okay.
They've never asked, but I mean, if they asked, I probably would.
Yeah, it's just open season. That would be
Actually, that'd be fun.
Yeah?
That would be really nice.
Jackets on.
Oh, leather daddies.
Wow. Like
Oh,
a little like Grease.
Oh,
is
this
like
is
Grease?
great. This is like Grease. And I'm a 40-year-old playing a 16-year-old. You said debuting at AEW gave you the same feeling you had when you were on the Indies. You're not getting paid here either? Did your parents live in a van?
Yes.
Pick an uppercut that's a little more blue collar. Like this. That's America. You know? You switch to this
Like
one.
a cane?
Who?
Can we say
Erica
that?
Kane from
Can
All
we
My
say that?
Children?
Can we say that? So yeah.
Real
Are you a fan of
professional
uppercut?
here. You refer to yourself as all ego.
Yeah.
Do you think you've made it too easy for your therapist? You are a podcasting pioneer.
Wow, you've dropped Pioneer twice.
You
You
did.
are lazy when it comes to. You don't even own a thesaurus in there?
You're a podcasting innovator.
I'll take it.
Rock bottom, sharpshooter. Are you just your childhood creator wrestler?
Yeah, I'm a 90s tribute gimmick.
By the way,
It was cheap.
too big. Too big of a room. Do you hear the echo?
It's cavernous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody loves Judas. They can't get it out of their head.
Right.
I did a little research
Okay.
on this Judas.
This is gonna be like the Lionheart.
He didn't seem like a very nice guy at all.
Oh.
Why don't
The
you
real-
write a song about the other guy, the big guy, the guy doing all this stuff?
Jesus.
Why not?
I wore blue suede shoes for this occasion.
suede shoes?
It was a mistake.
Oh,
Why?
okay. Well, it's the carpet.
Don't
the
get me
carpet.
started on the
This
carpet.
carpet is.
His ballroom is a disgrace.
We'll get it re-lane.
This is
Let me get an olive.
19. I'm going to say 1998, 97, 98.
It's not an olive.
It wasn't olive.
It's not an olive. These are chocolate. These are chocolate
Oh,
covered
the
raisins.
green ones are olive. Oh,
Yeah.
I apologize.
I'm deep into dessert now. I can't have any cheese
Yeah,
or meat. Put it away. Put the guitar away and put it down.
I want to
No,
play.
we're not doing it. Put it down. You're making a mockery. Put it down now. You also stick your tongue out a lot.
Yep.
But it's clean. A lot of people who do that, they don't scrape. Do you scrape? Why are you so clean yet so rebellious at the same time? You've said that every generation has their own three musketeers. So my generation, it's me and who else? Give me your load. We're gonna get sued. We're gonna get sued. No. Okay, that's enough. Okay, that works. You're like, let's put on a Woody Allen movie. I'm sure he's fine. That kind of deal. Don't you feel like you're forcing your love on these people? You do.
Yes.
It's-
My love
Yes.
is infinity.
So you're never tired.
Yes.
And you love everyone for infinity.
Yes.
There's not one person you don't love.
My wife.
Okay. All right. Congrats to you. Regular Don Rickles here. Let's walk through this. Let's say it's mine, my member. I would have to be erect. You now own Glacier, correct?
Yes, that's on it. So
Why? Downtown Minneapolis, you ever get turned on by that bronze Mary Tyler Moore statue? Why the hood on your entrance gear? Got no sleeves there, but then it gets a little chilly. My grandmother, when she goes to restaurants, she says, the air conditioning is blowing right on the back of my neck. Do you feel the same way?
I rented a laptop from like a rent-to-own place.
And what was on it? Was it totally clean? Did you leave anything on it?
Probably. Yeah.
You wrote a book
That thing had some viruses.
before or after?
Oh, after a week.
I understand. You got a hub. You hub, I hub, we all hub. St. Louis is also the home of Randy Orton. Do you have anything else in common with that guy? Like London is like, and then North London is like,
So again, I'm going to extend the offer for you to go to North London and tell them that.
Here's why I won't go.
because I've heard there is an escalating rate of knife attacks. Have you ever been stabbed?
You've been signed for a few years now, and you haven't had one match. And I thought I was the only one pulling that scam.
You also did Wrestling Society X on MTV.
Yeah.
When you were doing it, did you think, yeah, this is going to change the business?
It's just because I got a big fat dumper.
Yeah.
These sides,
I'm
they
sorry.
really
You
help.
have a
Dumper,
big,
dump truck,
fat
booty.
Dumper.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Former women's champion and my virginity taker, Velvet McIntyre. I want to throw you on the grill and invite the neighbors over. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're making a Matt Cardona talking doll. When you pull it, it says, "Thank you, Chelsea." I have like 3 friends who are going to DM me and thank me.
You're trying.
I want you to know that. You first wrestled under the name Rob Stakowski. What was that gimmick? Just Polish guy? Where do you fit on that cougar spectrum?
In the bedroom.
Okay. Yes, you do.
Some people may think it's shots like a drink.
Yeah.
Some people may think it's back shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all depends.
Or face shots.
Yeah, right.
It's all
right.
depends.
Yes, I've taken a few face shots again.
Post.
High school.
Facials?
Pulse.
Yeah. You did wrestle briefly under the name Speedin' Black Bullet. Was that your idea or just racism? Your entrance theme is "Where Is My Mind" by the Pixie Chicks. Do you think the mainstream media was fair to them? You've often called yourself Mr. Aerial Assault. Why support drone strikes? Are you endearing yourself to wrestling fans as insurance for when your acting career ends? Because the roles will stop, but you can always sell 8x10s at WrestleCon. You used to come out to In the Bushes by Oasis. Is that a song about public deviancy or having a hair fetish?
We're high flyers.
You're high flyers, but I mean, you know. You also look like you just got kicked out of a Denny's parking lot. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bring back a visor.
Go ahead.
Because the lights, you don't like lenses because of the glare. I don't like the sun flare in my eyes.
I understand.
My retinas are I have astigmatism, by the way. I bet you didn't find that in there,
Wow.
buddy.
No, I didn't. You must have kept that well hidden.
Yeah.
The Dirk Sheets get a hold of that.
This is how I keep it hidden.
It's game over. Tell me about your journey with polyamory. Is it true that you have obtained a law degree? You started hanging around house shows, and you befriended a ring crew guy who would let you roll around before the shows.
Yeah.
Wow. This is like the one good ring boy story. The Dark Order is truly like a family, right down to various members being estranged for a variety of reasons. This business is about anticipation. When I put on porn, I want to see them deliver the pizza.
I pledge to love you like any woman would love a man.
I'm secretly gonna steal you away from your true love because I'm a prick.
Honey, the guy in the bucket hat says we need new grouting.
The guy doing the worm in the kitchen wants to sell us a house. Yeah.
You can see why this didn't work. You are actual brothers, and I believe the term is shoot bros.
Real tragic story, actually, RJ. If you don't mind, I'll put my glasses on.
Sure.
And I'll take them right back off for this.
And then there was Big Bill. We called him that because he was larger than other Bills. When you meet vets who did older wars, like a Vietnam, do you have to like fake respect them the way we respect wrestling vets? So you get your in.
Yeah.
So like a reverse suppository.
Because I was down on the ground selling. He did a front flip leg drop and somehow his leg hit me, but then something else hit my jaw. And I'm like,
You do a thing with your tongue.
Yes.
I was gonna say what that mouth do, but it's pretty clear to me.
easy, buddy.
Ready. And you used to wrestle as Angel Caldo, which translated into English means fallen angel. Why not just call yourself Christopher Daniels?
Listen, tell him I
Whose
can't.
phone
mate.
is that?
That's my
You want to
phone.
get the phone?
Yes.
You're the professional one. I want you to know that. I know you've been trying to talk for the past.
Listen to me.
Okay.
Now my wife's calling me.
Okay.
And I'm at work and she knows better. Watch this. I'm gonna watch
Please.
this. Hello, sweetheart. Yeah, honey bunny. Yeah, baby doll. I'll bring the diapers home. Yeah, milk. Okay. Thank you. I love you so much. Bye. Told her ass off.
What will the future be like?
Like this, but later.
You would have had your own series. You would have had Very Perry on VH1. I would like to get your opinion on the Queen Diana conspiracy. Do you think Queen really stole songs from Diana Ross? Did you use your celebrity to skip to the front of the line of Judaism? What about Sanjay Dutt's son, Satnam Singh? You have another move called MDX. Why don't you tell everybody what that stands for?
Oh, on PG shows, it's the Mac Daddy Express.
Mm-hmm.
But back when I was doing it on the indies, it meant for my explodes.
And that's because you love this business so much that your body gushes with delight?
I guess you could put it that way.
You hear all these rumors in the business back in the day. It's all unverified. It's all very vague. If I said glass coffee table,
I'd run.
we don't have to name names, but I guess it's too late for that.
Cameraman, zoom it. I'm waiting.
I don't know. I think that's Yakov Smirnoff.
Cameraman, zoom it. What does it say? Jeremy, what does it say? Read it. Can you see it?
No.
Well, keep zooming.
Keep zooming.
We're all the way in.
You still can't read it.
I would like.
So you go around hitting dogs, huh? You hit and running. You think all dogs go to heaven? No, that dog went up under your tire. When I find out who you is, I'm gonna hunt you down. I'm gonna be like Dog the Bounty Hunter. And I love animals. You took an animal's life, now I might have to take yours.
I thought that was the end.
No. We got a big hot ending. Don't worry about it. No. Rev the engines back up. Sorry. This is big. We're gonna go out stronger than that.
Okay.
That's very confusing. Good thing there's no other prominent cons in wrestling. Who is Yambag Jones?
Do you wear a male diaper?
They're vegan.
Do you want to fight this big monster? And also, do you want to kiss me all over?
What's a body part that you try to keep as tight as possible?
What's your stance on global warming? You hail from Nottingham, England. Do you think Robin Hood was an asshole?
My mother got my brother a pair of pants, cut a hole in them, so that he had something new and something to play with.
Yeah. I mean, we'd have to figure out how you spell that.
Wrestling is what happens when your high school doesn't have a theater program.
You are also a practicing ventriloquist, because that's a growing industry.
If you had to shit in a bathtub, how would you?
What's so special about cowboy shit? Corn.
Dude, that would piss me off if my wife and my life partner both wanted to have sex with Dak Shepard.
Penis flytrap, that's good. Open-faced Reuben, off. Karen Jarrett.
Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice. And I'm putting my cards down because you're the ace in my hole. Your parents named a baby Tony.
Lazy.
Speaking of drip, you ever get your prostate checked? Well, I mean, everyone has a face, barring a monkey attack or something. Online, and by online I mean the internet.
I like you a lot. I'm just not ready for a long-term relationship.
Like having a wedding is kind of an move.
This might be the one thing we can agree on.
Yeah.
Australian people to me are like if Swedish people were directed by Tim Burton. Rank the members of the Bee Gees in order of least to most terrifying.
Yes.
Why not be a normal person and just give up on your dreams? You started wrestling in Australia, then you quickly realized it's a talentless cesspool. Why do so many wrestlers rap? Is this because it's really that easy?
When does your tan become appropriation?
You have type 1 diabetes. Does that mean it's the best diabetes?
As Mason knows, my peas often become poos.
You have a facial expression not unlike the great Jim Varney.
Okay. You ever have sex in a tank?
Once.
I'm gonna give you a yeast infection. That one,
Relatable.
I would highly recommend anyone who's on the fence to get seriously injured.
They call you Powerhouse, and by they, I mean you.
What emotional void do you think your father had, and have you learned to handle yours any better? Why do you play so many real-life people? Is it the poor diction?
I mean, I didn't have any bridesmaids, but she would have been a great one.
You couldn't find anyone.
Nice car.
And I consider myself the Jimmy Fallon of AEW, except, with a personality. You're from Moldova. That's a hike. Huh? Your eyebrows are perfect, and that makes me uncomfortable. Too much miedo. Miedo up the yin-yang, my friend.
If my wife J.K. Simmons, I don't think I would have farmer's insurance.
Whoa, those are big words.
Have you met J.K. Simmons?
I hate my family too. I just don't make them suffer via vertical video.
I didn't know there was a bulk discount on failed indie wrestlers.
Jeez.
I'm an easygoing guy. I can have sex anywhere.
You likely have high cholesterol.
Got him.
Raymond, I 3D printed a gun. I don't know what to do.
Because if my father was wearing chokers in a South Park shirt, I don't think I would have made it this far.
Will you vouch for Fred Durst? Is the biscuit back? I hear your voice now.
Right.
I don't go, there's a guy who can speak Spanish.
Guys, am I egotistical?
You're kind of a douchebag. Yeah.
I may or may not have lit a kid on fire.
Yeah. If you're trained by the Dudleys, then why do you wrestle so well? It's fascinating, because that's the same reason I had my perineum shrunk.
I am not RoboCop. I mean, I've gotten so good at wiping my ass with my left arm, I'm not even gonna explore going back to the right.
Does horse tranquilizer count?
If Tony Khan doesn't tweet about it, is a "this is awesome" chant justified?
No, I'm Renee Paquette.
Do you feel a responsibility to bring up the ominous nature of the East Coast?
Filipinos got me into vaping.
You were also on season 3 of Celebrity Apprentice?
Everybody's welcome in the Dark Carnival, baby.
I know your injury affected you, but what you don't realize is how it hurts other people.
Okay. I don't know what that is, but yeah.
All right.
You are a professed atheist. What happens when we die? Caught in a net?
All right, that was good. I'll give that to you. That was good.
Do you have an athletic background at all?
I wanted to show off my Cadillac of a mouth.
That's the horny Jim Ross emoji. I know what you're talking about.
Do you want to twitch your hips?
Not really. Develop a medical condition that you can monetize.
Like, I respect sex work as much as an X-Bike, but Ludwig, get tested once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
You're one of the few hulking wrestlers that actually looks like a normal human being in a suit. We're either talking about Drumline or I'm leaving. First of all, my disc is now bulging.
It turns my piss to a boil. I'll be honest.
Other than not being racist, how do you tell you two apart?
Do you want to be a great wrestler, or do you want to make it in this business? I saw my father's ass once at a community pool, and I was horrified.
Well, no, I hadn't thought about knocking vaginas into the dirt.
Now, what about those other guys who get together every 3 years to point at their penises? I want to say thank you for joining me, Eddie Kingston. And in honor of one of your signature moves, I hope you spin back here and fist me soon.
Jesus H!
Saving this one for memory later.